G'day YouTube, welcome back to my channel and my long absence from YouTube. If you've been following me for a while, I haven't been really posting much lately. I guess the real world hit me a little and I had to get back to doing normal work, getting paid for normal jobs and so on, rather than doing something I love and passionate about in bonsai. Now, I just wanted to do a quick video on spring work. Now, I only have really exotics, so I mainly stick with, pines, junipers, deciduous trees, maples, etc. Now, what I'm going to say next applies to that. Now, I don't have natives, okay? So in terms of Australian natives. So the thing is, with spring, it's actually one of the quietest times of the year to do work on trees. Really isn't a huge amount to do. Now, you really shouldn't. I'll go through the species I have. Again, the natives, you'll be very busy. You'll be repotting, trimming all the time, wiring, working. Natives are very different, but exotic trees, pines, junipers, and so on, you're really not doing much. So let me take you through what really jobs you're going to do and what you shouldn't be doing. Okay, let's go. All right, this is my radiata pine. Very nice, very big, very bushy looking at the moment. Why? Because the candles are coming out. So you can see all the candles these are the new candles, see, all coming out nicely. Usually if I've done the 2x2 in December, it's all springing up beautifully and nicely. So what do you do with pines at this time of year? Two flush pines, I should say. You don't touch pines. Do not touch your pines in spring. Do not do workshops on pines. I see some people doing workshops with pines. Don't do that. You'll kill the poor tree. You need to let pines grow in spring. Apart from the, not apart from single flush, you probably do some candle cutting, candle breaking, I guess, where you reduce the candle. But on double flush, you don't touch until early early summertime when you start to do candles. So do not touch pines, especially workshops. I'm loath to see workshops, happening with pines in them. Don't touch pines. You need them to be healthy and strong. Let's go on to another. All right, here we go. A trident maple of mine, which I absolutely love. Apart from weeding, watering and feeding, really all you're doing is, I've done all the main pinching, but you can see there's new growth all the time. You can pinch it, or you come with scissors and start to trim it back. Just trim the long bits that are like coming up too much. Really, you're not wiring because you can't really see the structure. Okay, you're not doing really much. That will take you not even a couple of minutes to. I'm doing it with my fingers. Imagine just scissors and just give it a nice quick over trim. Just go through each one and trim them off, see, individually. Don't go like a hedge, but really just going into the long ones, trimming them back. And that's pretty much it. That wouldn't take you long at all. All right, let's see another tree. All right, Shimbaki junipers. Absolutely zero jobs to do on junipers at this time. Zero. Do not do workshops on them. Let them grow in spring. Let the new growth flush out and make the tree healthy. The younger trees especially, these older trees, they're just growing nicely. The new bit of light growth at the tips is the new growth. Very simple. Do not touch. Feed and water. That's all. Feed, water, and weed the tree. That's pretty much it. Don't do workshops on these trees. I hate to say it, but spring is not a good time to do workshops on exotic trees. Okay, let's move on to. All right, now I've got a black pine. I'll take you through some of the black pines and the different levels there, right? So you can see the candles on this black pine. They're nice and even, actually, not too bad. They're pretty evenly grown. Again, I absolutely do not touch this tree, especially do not workshop. Wire this tree. Don't cut this tree. Don't put any wire on. Don't try and style these trees at this time of year, because guess what? You're going to start wiring and bang, you break the candles. The candles are soft. You'll break them, and that's the end of that growth. So you won't have the chance to do grow double flush and so on. Now this is Melbourne conditions. Maybe some of the warmer climates you can start to probably decandle early, but in Melbourne you cannot do this. Okay. So now I've got a Japanese maple here I can't even get into the screen, but it's looking really nice and lush and healthy after it's. So all I've really done with this tree is, pluck the initial growth in the middle. So just plucking when it grows out in spring, you just pluck off, pinch the middle growth, and the tree's just getting along nicely, lush, healthy. You can see some sort of delineation. I'm trying to create something a bit more delineating, trying to become back to a natural looking maple rather than a triangular one. So big, huge, like maple looking tree. Very nice, very natural. So it can just be, there's a bit of a hollow in here, so I might have to work on getting a branch in there, but that's okay. Having a bit of space is good. It's in a beautiful Japanese pot now. I repotted it this year. Lovely Japanese pot, suits the tree. So it's, even though it's just one main trunk, I'm trying to branch it out into less be a triangle and more into a normal tree. Okay. All right, so I've got this very large trident here. Now this is for sale if anyone's interested, but it needs, this one, what I'm going to do with mainly tridents, even that trident there, tridents, the other job I do is defoliate. So it's time now to take off all the leaves. That's the only other job. I'm not going to wire it either. I'm just going to take the leaves off, because what I want is more finer growth, smaller leaves and so on. So there's a beautiful one in there, again a Japanese pot. I know this has got a few favorites around the place, but again, this needs also a a defoliation as well. So cut off all the leaves and go on. I've had issues up here with, I think, possums possibly, so I've had to move it. And now actually the new growth's coming back. So the possums seem to love eating the top growth. Really annoying, but it is what it is. So the only other job is defoliation on maples. I don't fully defoliate Japanese maple. I just tend to take out the bigger growth and so on. But the tridents get a full defoliation. So this tree's going to get it. This tree's going to get it. That tree's going to get it. If the tree has small leaves, like the one back here, I tend not to. I mean, I should, but that's a lot of work. You know how much hours? That's a lot of hours in trying to get defoliating something that much. I prefer to just take out the long growth and prune back as needed. Try and get smaller, more ramification through pruning in that one. All right, let's have a look at some other things. All right, you can see this kind of black pine, very leggy, but the tree's in there. Now, I think I remember showing you this in a video, but that's the sacrifice branch. See how it's more evenly I needle plucked it to be evenly distributed in terms of energy. So see all this beautiful new growth, new candles. Yep, no, can't touch it. And don't try and wire now, because that will be snap off easily. So please don't workshop your pines at this time of year. I see it happening in clubs and workshops around Australia, so please don't do it. All right, let's move. Can't really show you this one, but this is my project tree where I've approached graft shimpaku onto old spermata foliage. So you can see all the new growth. You see the tips are growing nicely. Look at the healthy growth on this big whip now. I've got a big whip here that's doing really well. So that's the grafting there. That's done really well. So that'll be removed in summer. And then I've got 2 more that are growing. So all up, I'm going to have 5 grafts on this, and then I'll remove that top and I'll start to style this tree. It'll be pretty amazing. It'll be a very old tree with a nice live vein. There's the live vein in there, coming up and making a smaller tree really compact and making it look very old. So I ended up finally getting a hawthorn. Now, this is a pretty cool tree, very natural, wicked looking tree. Look at that. Really enjoyed the whole flaring trunks, multiple trunks. Now I did repot that, and I'm pretty much letting it grow, but I'm trying to contain the growth so it doesn't go nuts. I haven't thought about anything with this tree just yet. I've just tried to keep, a lot of this was growing up too much, just keeping it trimmed, okay? Keep it compact. Again, black pine. You know, you might be tempted to start removing some of these long ones. Look at that one. Don't touch. Simple answer. Do not touch your black pines at all. That's going to be a good tree. Olives, you can do some work on olives if you want. That's pretty much almost a native, I guess, but native, go for it. Here's a stunning little, not little, but large black pine. Again, not touching it. See the candles? Even there, some of them are uneven. Even up here, they're really tall. Don't touch it. Don't workshop it. Don't wire it, okay? As soon as you get your hands in there, you're going to break the needles. This just needs a trim. It's a large trident, but it's due for a trim. You can start to see the top bits. Yeah, this is growing too long. Pinch it with your hands if you really want, or come in with scissors, take it out. Here's a stunning black also. Look at this. Don't touch them. See? Don't touch the candles. Easy. I've got this elm. All you're really doing is, this one almost, I treat it like a hedge almost now. So just come in with scissors and start to get some of the layering back in. There's a bit of dieback on the inside. Let's see if you can start to remove that, but that's about it. It's a bit of dieback, but really just coming in. See, it's getting out of shape. Trim back to the pads that you've got. So that's a bit of a pad in there, so I'll trim it back to that shape and so on. What else? Black pines, more, don't touch, don't touch. Maples, just keep trimming away, keep them nice and sorted. This little beautiful little literati is also for sale, but yeah, don't touch. Look at that beautiful growth, healthy. Now all that growth is growing the roots, okay? That's all pushing all the energy into the roots. So when we actually cut all the candles, all that energy that's fed those roots, then push the growth back out, gives you double flush black pines. That's how it all works. So please don't touch. I've got this lovely little, I know someone's going to tell me what it is because I keep forgetting the name, but it only flowers in spring. So it's not the best for when we have winter shows and autumn shows. It never flowers as an accent, but it is what it is. But that's a beautiful little spring bit of growth. Here's another black. Now the English elm, this is a gorgeous little English elm. Now this was very, very late in actually coming out. It was almost in Melbourne, that's probably mid-October. It didn't come out till early to mid-October. Usually this is out in September, the latest, but this year for some reason it's out late. Now look and see this bit of growth. Getting too long, come in, pinch it out. So really, that's what I'm doing, okay? So if you have natives, don't listen to me, because natives you're gonna have to be working all year round. But if you've got little shimpakus like this, see how the beautiful, light, soft growth? Don't touch. That growth is new. That's gonna feed into the roots, and you're gonna have a healthier, stronger tree, okay? So remember, do not touch your pines or junipers this time of year. Do not workshop them, okay? Make sure you do other things. Have a break, almost, you know? So that's what I think. Have a break and just enjoy it. All right, let's have a look. One more. This big boy is over here. This is a big trident I've got. Again, not really. Just trimming it away. It also got attacked by possums at the top. So I'm just trying to let it recover and put it in a new spot where there's no possums, hopefully. This is doing nicely. It's gonna be a stunning tree in an awesome Japanese big pot. All right, guys, hope I didn't vent too much, but yeah, I just get frustrated seeing, you know, the trees worked on the wrong time of year, and spring is a great time to enjoy your trees. You know, just enjoy the process. I do want to show you one more tree, just because it was a client brought it in, and I'll tell you what's happening. So now this juniper, typical prostrata procumbens, came into me saying, oh, good love to have you style it. But you can see the tips are kind of brown. There's not much growth. See how the tips are brown? Not looking the best. However, it's starting to recover because I had to repot it. Now, when I took it out of the pot, it was like in really dense, wet. The feet were wet. The roots were rotting. It did have some nice growth. It did have some bit of root growth, but I had to really get rid of it and put new soil, my mix in it, and trying to get it to recover. So, you know, sometimes you just can't work on trees, okay? You can't work on them unless they're healthy. So that's the other thing. Make sure the tree's healthy before you work on it. So this tree's just been sitting here trying to recover. Don't touch it. If you're trying to get a tree to recover, just let it do its job. Just let it recover. So let Mother Nature take control and do the right thing. All right, guys, that's my vent for this spring, and a bit of a walkthrough. There's lots to see. Or maybe I'll just check this airlay I put on this juniper just while you're here. I haven't even checked it. Let's have a look what's happening. Well, there's the roots there. So I think I showed you this beautiful old juniper that I got, and the roots are already starting to grow. So that won't be long. Probably could be full of roots anyway, but I haven't had a look. But that's a good sign. There's roots there already. So probably another month or two before I take that off. All right. Anyway, there you go. Nice little spring walkthrough. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to do some more videos in the future while I can. Thanks for watching. See you next time.